morning, everyone. My name is Lev Schwab. I'm a professor here at Bachelor University, as well as the Interim Director of Academic Affairs and Co-Director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. I want to welcome everyone to the 43rd Annual Spring Commencement Ceremony for Bachelor University. To begin with, please welcome my Co-Director, Interim Co-Director for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, to read our land acknowledgement, Dr. Danielle Owen.
Thank you, everyone. Welcome. It is my honor to present the land acknowledgement. As an institution of higher learning committed to educating future leaders in the natural health, arts, and sciences that integrate mind, body, spirit, and nature, Bachelor University humbly believes that it is our responsibility to remind current and future generations of the respect we owe to Indigenous peoples who've been dispossessed of their land and displaced from their ancestral and spiritual homes through colonization. We acknowledge that the lands on which Bachelor University campuses stand and on which we study, work, and live today are the original and contemporary homes of many Indigenous peoples whose spiritual connections to these lands form the foundations of their ways of being. Specifically, the university is situated on the traditional and ancestral lands of the Coast Salish people in Kenmore and Seattle, Washington, and the traditional ancestral lands of the Kumeyaay people in San Diego, California. We recognize and esteem the values, vast knowledge, and collective wisdom of these nations from the past and present. We honor their resiliency as we recognize the history of oppression, racism, and extreme hardship that has and continues to affect the Indigenous people of these lands. We understand that land acknowledgement is only a first step in honoring the contributions of Indigenous peoples today and continue to strive towards policies and practices that bring about justice and reconciliation. We, the Bachelor University community, strive to be stewards of the land on which the institution stands and to embrace Indigenous ways of knowing through our Sacred Seeds program in Washington, herbal gardens, and other initiatives that promote equal opportunity and access to education and healthcare. We are grateful to be on these lands and for the people who steward it. We commit to manifesting our intentions as one Bachelor community.
I wanted to start off today welcoming some of the members of the Bachelor Board of Trustees. Stand. Also, I wanted to take a moment to acknowledge our mace bearer, Dr. Kent Littleton, who is retiring after many years of, to put it mildly, dedication to our students. Kent, you're leaving giant shoes to fill, and we'll miss you so much. It's also my great pleasure to welcome one of the founders of Bachelor University, Dr. Joe Pizzorno. At each commencement ceremony, we read the Founder's Prayer, which was written by Dr. Bill Mitchell. This year, the Founder's Prayer will be read by board member Dr. Leela Altman.
Thank you, loving Creator, for this joyous day, and for the comfort, strength, and support we get from each other. Thank you for Bachelor. Bless it, inspire it, and engulf it in the urgent flame of the search for truth and integrity. in the epistemology of natural medicine. Thank you for the gift of life, and thank you for the nourishment that energized this gift. Thank you for your great spirit that has motivated the people to be here today. Thank you for the opportunity that Bachelor University provides as a forum for us to serve your people, and especially those whose lives have fallen on hard times of suffering and disease. Remind us to be humble, for humility is the loop of compassion. Open our eyes and our hearts to see and appreciate the vast potential of those around us. Grant us grace to nurture and encourage each other, and more than anything else in this troubled world, remind us that love is the strongest healer and the reason for life itself.
Ladies and gentlemen, President of Bachelor University.
Good morning. I'd like to extend a welcome to the class of 2024, trustees, administration, faculty, staff, family members, friends, and of course, our guests. For all in attendance, this moment is no doubt what you've been waiting for, as it marks a significant moment for our graduates who have committed so much of their lives up to this point, resulting in their success. All who are present to witness this event are likely to have contributed directly or indirectly to the success of the individuals who are here to honor as well as celebrate. Thank you for investing your time, your words of encouragement, and lending a listening ear. Graduates, you have dedicated a tremendous number of hours to reach this point. You are the very reason why we are here today. Have been here leading up to this point, and dare I say, will continue to be here to support you even after this day. I would like to spend some time talking with you about the concept of inspiration. Inspiration is a force that moves us forward, sparks our creativity, and serves as the source of our dreams. It is always around us in different ways, such as internal, ourselves, and external sources, people, things, and circumstances, including the world in which we engage every day. Graduates, I'd like to present you with a question. What or who inspired you to take the path that has brought you to this point today? External sources of inspiration can include people with whom we interact. Consider your professors who have dedicated numerous hours focused on their own education, which in turn has allowed them to nurture your very minds as well as skills. Think about healthcare workers who tirelessly provide medical treatment for those in need, as well as innovators who are always willing to challenge the status quo in an effort to provide solutions to everyday circumstances. These individuals are examples of how the actions of one can be a positive influence on the lives of others. Beyond individuals, there are also things that serve as inspiration, such as music that feeds our soul, books that open our eyes to new ideas, and art that challenges our perceptions. These aspects can serve to ignite our own creativity. Inspirations, however, are not a single event. Yet they are a series of events, individuals, and introspection, leading us to new opportunities, new understandings, including new and modified activities. We are all on a lifelong journey, which includes learning, growing, and developing the best versions of ourselves. Your peers, professors, mentors, family members, patients, and clients you will serve each have a story and or life lessons to share. In the moment during which you interact, slow down and take the time to be present with these individuals. Listen to them. Be deliberate in your responses. Learn from them. And let their experiences become part of the foundation from which you operate and refer to as you strive to provide an even higher level of care as well as treatment. In the midst of these rich experiences, be focused and intentional. Actively pursue opportunities to grow your skills, innovate, collaborate, and lead wherein necessary and required. Life-changing inspiration can come from understanding how others have also overcome adversity to reach another level of operating. People who face challenges and emerge stronger can provide a roadmap for our own journeys. Through understanding these stories of others, we come to understand that problems are not the end result, yet are very much a part of our own journey as we are able to overcome. Graduates, I'll present another question. Who in your past or present currently serves as inspiration for you? I have been very fortunate and blessed on many occasions with individuals who have inspired me, including my parents, extended family members, friends, former students, mentors, and others I may have only met once, yet had a very significant conversation with. My wife and I have been married for 27 years, and while I can tell you stories of inspiration I hold near to me as a result of what I've learned from her over the years, I would like to tell you just a few stories about how our kids have inspired me. First, our middle child. Wow. Let's just say that she is a typical middle child. We do love her, and there are stories, that I can tell you, but I'll remain focused for today. She is a very strong, powerful, and determined individual. Someone that you are certain will always strive to reach her goals, and she will reach them. As a student athlete, she tore her ACL at the beginning of the cross season in her junior year of 2022. I remember the moment she went down on the field after colliding with an opposing player. While I watched the game on live stream from my office on campus, her mother, my wife, happened to be present at the game, which was on the East Coast. My heart sank as I thought of all the hard work she had engaged in to move into a starting position for her junior year, and how that had all been wiped away. I remember calling immediately to my wife to try and understand the gravity of the situation, only to have her tell me, "Calm down." My wife was a critical care nurse and a former college trainer. Needless to say, she had it under control. Over the next 9 months of rehab, we watched our daughter work her way from being on crutches to walking without them, to engaging in physical therapy, to being cleared to run again, all the way to returning to play in time for her senior year. Needless to say, she did it. Through all the pain, the soreness, and the doubts that she was presented with as to whether or not she could trust her knee again. She did it, and I was inspired. In August of the same year that our middle child tore her ACL, our youngest child also faced adversity while playing in a soccer tournament. I remember watching his tournament on live feed from my office again, while my wife and middle child were present at the tournament. My son and an opposing player were both going for the ball and collided. Both went down, got back up on their feet, and continued playing. A few moments later, my son went down again after another physical play. Immediately, I could hear our middle child call to him, "Get up and keep it going." Unfortunately, he did not get up immediately. He had to be helped off the field, only for us to learn later that he had an avulsion fracture. Translation, a minor tear of his ACL. He underwent surgery and 5 months of rehab at the age of 14. During his rehab, I don't ever remember having to remind him of the exercises he needed to engage in, provided by his physical therapist. Not even once. He wanted to return to play and took every opportunity to learn from our middle child, who was also undergoing rehab at the same time for her torn ACL. Fast forward to the point he was cleared by the surgeon to return to play. He did it, and I was inspired. I'd like to tell you that this has been the most impactful event in his life, yet I would be omitting another significant event that occurred a number of months following his return to play. In fact, he encountered a second ACL tear in August of 2023. This one more severe than the first, and also of his meniscus, and one that would now require 9 months of rehab. Just as he did the first time around, he focused on the task at hand, was successful in getting cleared, and once again to play just last month. He was focused, determined, and driven. He did it again, and yet again, I was inspired. Our oldest child just completed her second year of med school last month, and is a highly motivated student. So much so that she took up running, and then happened to make a decision that she wanted to run a half marathon, only 9 months after starting the initial process of running. Fast forward to earlier this March, when we decided to surprise her by being present for her event to encourage and support both she and her boyfriend, who also chose to wedding with her. Well, on second thought, maybe it wasn't really a choice of his. As we watched them cross the finish line, I remember thinking, she did it. We soon learned after the race that at one point around mile 7, her body informed her that it was time to stop, and kept letting her know every single moment over the next few miles. Due to her drive and preparation, she pushed through it until the end, and I was inspired. Each one of our children had to face adversity and fears of varying levels. Can't even imagine what it was like for them to challenge themselves in the manner they did. However, I am inspired by the fact that they took on the challenge, faced it directly, and worked through it to the point of completion and success. How does this translate to my own life? I use their successes as an opportunity to fuel me, to push me, to motivate me, and to focus me both personally as well as professionally. And yes, I use their successes to inspire me in the face of what might be adversity. That too, I can also do it. From this moment forward, graduates, your journey continues, and I ask that you find your source of inspiration, not only to guide you, I challenge you to become it. Become a source of inspiration that serves not only as the guiding light for yourself, but for others as well. Embody the reason for pursuing your profession in such a way that others have no choice but to recognize that you are a change agent and a force that will result in advancements and growth within your field. Let it be known that you are in your profession, not only by chance, but due to the reason that there was no other appropriate or expected place for you to be than where you are and where you are going. Be such an inspiration to others that they too will reference your story and drive to use it as their own fuel to achieve their own goals. As you move into this next phase of your life and careers, let the inspiration forward in your profession come from within you. Your passion and innermost aspirations can be some of the most powerful sources of motivation, even when external circumstances tell you otherwise. This internal reference can shed light and guide you through challenges while propelling you towards your excellence. Allow the source of your drive to come from the experiences, personal relationships, conversations you've held, and adjustments you've made in order to rise above over the years. Remember that your knowledge and skills directly translate into the care and treatment you will provide. Thus, you have the ability and impact to change lives in a positive manner. Remember that you have a responsibility to ensure that each person you engage with professionally receive the best and highest standard of care, engagement, and service you are able to provide. Remember that you should always carry this responsibility with pride, integrity, and a commitment to continuous improvement. Each day that you're in your profession, your skills and approach should be better than the prior day. Your patients, clients, co-workers, supervisors, colleagues, and the profession deserve this from you. Remember that our time on earth and the opportunity to utilize the expertise and skills that we have been afforded is limited. Thus, move forward with conviction as well as courage. Parents, family members, friends, and colleagues who have joined us today in support of your graduate, please continue to serve as a source of support and inspiration for these graduates. Build up our graduates and provide them with ongoing engagement, assistance, and encouragement they will need during this period of transition. As I conclude my remarks, I want to provide just a few quotes that I'd like to share with you. The first one is, start where you are, use what you have, do what you can. Arthur Ashe. Number 2, the only person you should try to be better than is the person you were yesterday. Maddie Mullins. Number 3, the individual who says it is not possible should get out of the way of those who are doing it. Trish Cunningham. Number 4, observe and learn best practices of those you spend time with and make them part of the source of your foundation for inspiration. Your current speaker. Class of 2024, congratulations on your accomplishment. Celebrate this time with your family, friends, colleagues, and enjoy what you have rightfully achieved. May your future hold all that you intend to pursue. Always remember that our connection to you extends beyond this day, as you are now a lifelong member of the Bachelor community. Thank you. pleasure to introduce our principal speaker for today, Dr. Sarah Acosta-Smith is a 2006 graduate of Bastyr University. Following graduation, Dr. Acosta-Smith was a resident of the Bastyr Center for Natural Health and then a clinical core faculty member for Bastyr. Currently, Dr. Acosta-Smith serves as clinical director at the Family Health Centers in Brewster and Bridgeport, Washington, serves as a primary care physician, and is a preceptor for current Bastyr MD students. Please join me in welcoming home Dr. Sarah Acosta-Smith.
Good morning. Thank you, President Bird. Thank you to the board and the faculty and staff. Graduates, congratulations. Today is a day of celebration. A celebration of your accomplishments, your successes, your struggles, and your trials. A celebration of the last few years and a celebration of the future and what is to come. Thank you for having me here today to speak with you on this day of celebration. It is an absolute honor. Most of you started this journey in the middle of or coming out of a global pandemic that literally rocked our world. In a time that changed healthcare and led to a lot of burnout, in a space where we are all continuing to heal, look at what you did. You dedicated yourself to a dream. You made your passion real. You put in hard work, the time, the sacrifices, the dedication it takes to serve others in their journey in health and wellness. Some of you are starting your first careers, some of you a new career, and others are expanding your careers. You are nutritionists, dietitians, exercise scientists, acupuncturists, herbalists, midwives, mental health providers, and naturopathic doctors. You all bring hope, energy, and new ideas to a healthcare system that is struggling. You bring choice to patients and clients who have lost their faith in the current system. You bring encouragement to those who came before you and those who come after you. I have to tell you that this moment is like coming full circle for me. A significant portion of my education and my career was spent here at Bastyr. But also much of my family has come from being part of Bastyr. I met my husband here. I had 2 children while I was teaching at Bastyr. My 12-year-old daughter still remembers Community Day very fondly, and she often boasts to her little brother that she actually got to see brain tissue in the neuro lab. This Bastyr family experience extends to my brother, who was a PSR and billing at BCNH for years, and he also met his wife at Bastyr. Today, my sister-in-law, Sava Samadana, is graduating from Bastyr with a master's in nutrition. She's given so much of herself to this university, working her way through her master's degree and serving our patients with a smile at BCNH for years. She is an inspiration, and I'm so proud of her and her accomplishments today. I am a third-generation Mexican-American. My father and multiple of his brothers were the first in our family to go to college, and most of them ended up working in healthcare. Multiple of my cousins and siblings followed in their footsteps through the privilege afforded to us by the hard work of our family before us. But our family story of immigration is one of assimilation, and there was a lot of culture and language that was let go and left behind. In my life, this always felt like loss. In college, I participated in Health Corps, which is a branch of AmeriCorps, and I started working in community health. During that year, I realized and learned that there is so much work for us to do in our local communities, not just abroad. Our communities are struggling, and they are continuing to do so. I was also exposed to my Mexican heritage, and I was embraced with open arms. I was exposed to a healthcare system where I saw patients' conditions treated with medications and then side effects treated with medications. At the same time, I was dealing with family turmoil and started to affect my own health. I knew there had to be another answer in healthcare, and that's how I found Bastyr. The desire to work and serve the Latinx community never changed. So 7 years ago, when the opportunity arose to move to North Central Washington, I jumped at the opportunity, convincing my Seattle my partner, my Seattle-born and raised partner, to move our family to the other side of the state from his family and his friends. Now we live and work in Okanagan County, which is the largest county by landmass in Washington, but only has a population of 40,000 permanent residents. In this county, every town and community is different, and our community is surprisingly diverse. Financially, politically, ethnically, we have a Buddhist monastery, a Mennonite community, those living off grid and off the land. We have veterans, a large Native population on the Colville Reservation, Latinx communities that span generations, H-2A visa workers and immigrants from Mexico and Jamaica, ranchers, orchardists, outdoor enthusiasts, and Westsiders who are looking to escape the city. This is a community with very limited resources. With severe swings in weather, in the winter I've experienced -20, and in the summers I've experienced 120. We also have very high fire danger, significant levels of poverty, struggles with mental health and drug abuse. Despite our challenges, we are a community. Living in this community has shown me the strength of working to make change at a local grassroots level. In Okanagan County, though not everyone will believe or stand for the same things, we can come together as a community for the betterment of that community and our children. We are creative and generous in our solutions, and when there is an issue, we face it head on. I work at Family Health Centers, or FHC. It's a federally qualified health center, and an organization that's dedicated to our community. We have very strong programs that deal with downstream and upstream issues. We are constantly addressing the determinants of health and the obstacles to cure. For instance, we are working to address the housing crisis in our community because we know that when our patients do not have stable housing, their health, education, and financial stability suffers. We are working to find ways for our schools to embrace gardens, to teach our youth about gardening, agriculture, nutrition, and healthy eating. Because despite the fact that many of the parents work in agriculture, many of the children are dealing with the problems of lack of access to healthy food. I work in our first year clinic, where I am the clinic director of 2 clinics, the residency and residency director, and I serve patients in naturopathic primary care. We have a pharmacy, behavioral health, family medicine, internal medicine, naturopathic medicine, and soon to be acupuncture. We strive to help in education of students and residents, and we see about 14,000 individual patients every year. 42% of those identify as Hispanic or Latinx. It is in this community, or in this clinic, in the small interactions with my patients and my team, where I find inspiration in my work. I have a memory from the first spring of COVID that sticks with me to this day. During a time of uncertainty, my husband and I would often walk our property after dinner. During one of these walks, I admitted to him the dichotomy in my brain, the fear of putting my family at risk, concerns about dying and leaving him with our 2 kids because I was choosing to work and serve our community. Contrasting that with the knowledge that I was in place to be able to serve our community during this time of fear and unknown. I have memories of wrapping myself in plastic PPE in 120-degree weather, and in the snow and wind and -degree weather in the winter time, going outside to take care of my patients and ensure they were safe and didn't need more emergent care. We also saw or heard about many of our patients dying and not getting the care they needed, but we also made a difference. We came together every day to ensure that there was a place for our patients to turn, to get care and to feel safe. In 2023, during her commencement speech at TSU, Oprah Winfrey stated, "There will never be anything in your life as fulfilling as making a difference in someone else's." And I never felt that so fully as I did during this time. This is what made the burnout, the fear, the risk worth it. So as I focus on my inspiration, positive things in my life, and why I continue to love what I do, despite burnout and exhaustion, I continue to find inspiration and love for what I do in the little interactions with my patients and teammates. I find inspiration in a team who comes to me for care, who is vulnerable and open to discuss gender, sexuality, and mental health, who has dreams for their future to make their life better. I find it in a child who is crying in my office because they are lonely and feel safe enough to discuss this with me and trust me to help find them support. It's in the patient thanking me for just listening to their experience, their worries and concerns, for me to be meeting them where they are and making them feel seen. lost their trust in healthcare, who then send me their family and friends for their own healthcare needs. I find it in my team who finds time to laugh together, find joy in our day-to-day interactions, and always has each other's backs. I find it in the mental health care provider celebrating the successes of one of our mutual patients who's finding small wins in her day-to-day life. It's an older gentleman wearing the same shoes as my grandfather, or the older woman wearing the same perfume as my grandmother, that reminds me of the generations that came before me. I find it in the students that I work with, who are excited about working in community health, who are still idealistic and dreaming of making the world a better place. I found it in a quote by Steve Jobs in his commencement address to Stanford graduates, where he states, "The only way to do great work is to love what you do." This resonates with me to my core, and I find it to be true every day. What we do in caring for and serving others is hard. It's long hours, it's a lot of physical and mental energy, time away from family, and limited self-care. It is birth, life, and death. There are days when you're going to question if you made the right decision, if you did enough, or if you are enough. My hope is that you will continue to question your work and life choices, and I hope that you find that you are enough, that every day your decisions are made because you feel like it was the right decision, and that you continue to love what you do so you can do great work. As a graduate, I was so excited to be done and for the next chapter in my life. I was focused on the celebration and the accomplishment of my goals, but I was also fearful. I was fearful about how I was going to pay off my loans, about residency, about passing my boards, about future employment, including the difficulty of finding a job and financial stability. I often found myself angry and felt like it was unfair that these issues were just given, and easier for those with other healthcare degrees. And it was those days when I questioned even more about what and why I do what I do. And you know what? Every time I came back to the belief and conviction and love for what I do every day. I believe in our medicine and work, and I trust in our education. I continually take one step at a time, moving in a direction based on how I am going to make a difference, how I am going to continue to love what I do and better serve those in my community. We have all chosen professions that are difficult. Working in healthcare, and especially in integrative or natural healthcare, is challenging. We not only have to work hard to serve our patients and clients, we have to be champions and educate others about what we do. We have to advocate for ourselves and for others. It's not for the faint of heart, and it takes deep conviction and belief in what we do, day in and day out, in order to take on this difficult path. Not everyone wants us to succeed, and it's easy to listen to their voices and question your decisions or path. Remember, there are people around you who need you on their team. People who are willing to fight with you for this medicine, and people who need you to help support them in their choice for healthcare options. We are in a healthcare shortage. Not just a shortage of providers, but support teams and resources. In my community, we have severe issues with mental health and drug use. We have high levels of suicide, homicide, and overdose. We have kids suffering with depression, anxiety, and eating disorders, but we have no psychiatrists, very limited access to mental health care providers, nutritionists, acupuncturists, and very limited resources or support. Oftentimes, the closest option for specialist care is 2 to 4 hours away. Now imagine doing that without transportation and with financial strain. A few years ago, my frustration grew and I wanted change. I wanted people to understand the need for scope expansion in order for those of us who work as primary care providers to be able to work in our full capacity in a safe way. At the same time, I had a strong desire to help our graduates and providers to have better access to residencies and salary jobs that qualify providers for loan payment programs. I was frustrated and realized I had to get involved. So I joined the IMN Primary Care Task Force and the WAMP as a board member. Through the task force, we have been working on educating and sharing experiences with CEOs at community health centers about NDs and how we can help the provider shortage. Additionally, we are working to increase the number of ND primary care residencies so ND graduates have a firm education in primary care. Through this process, we created a 2-year ND primary care residency at family health centers. In my work with the WAMP as a board member and now the vice president, I work with an organization that is working to make Washington a better place to practice naturopathic medicine. We are working at a legislative level to increase our scope of practice, to create more jobs and opportunities, and working for pay parity for improvement in financial stability and sustainable practices for all our providers. I've taken my fears and I have turned them into guiding light, a passion and a drive to make a change and a difference. First, on a small local level, and now building to work on the state and national level. I was worried about paying my loans, and I I'm working to create jobs that qualify for loan repayment and have dedicated myself to work in the nonprofit sector to serve underserved populations. I was worried about residencies, and I created a residency program to increase access and strengthen ND primary care training. I desire to work in community health with the Latinx community, and I am fighting for scope expansion so that more providers have the opportunities that I do. I'm fighting for and working towards pay parity for more availability of salaried jobs for bachelor graduates and all those working in natural health sciences and healthcare. As I close, I want you to remember your words. You are important and you have information the world wants. Healthcare is a choice, and you have healthcare options people are looking for. Trust your education. You know more than you think, and most importantly, you have been taught to think critically. Remember to ask for help. There are so many people who have your back. You just have to ask for their support. Be humble, trust your gut, get involved, and find positive outlets for your passion so that you can make a difference in your community, state, country, and beyond. Don't live to work, and don't let the work define you. And remember, the only way to great work is to love what you do. Now go fight for it.
Each year, our graduating students select a peer to speak for them. Today, representing graduating baccalaureate students is one of my own students and one of my favorites, Chelsea Andrews.
Thank you, Lev. I kind of like you too. It's an honor to be standing up here. To start, I want to express my deepest gratitude to the faculty, family, and friends who have helped us on this journey. Without your guidance, encouragement, and love, we wouldn't be in this room today. I, like many of you, had a long journey here. For years, I was overwhelmed, stressed, and getting sick. It started with brain fog, the kind that makes it difficult to form sentences. Then, it evolved into extreme vertigo, making me feel like I was stuck on a constant merry-go-round. I did what most Americans do. I made doctor's appointments, and after 2 years and seeing a dozen specialists, I still had no answers. One doctor was even dismissive of my symptoms. He looked me in the eyes and told me it was in my head. One day, while vacuuming my bedroom, I saw a tiny mushroom sprout from our carpet. Our seemingly immaculate house was hiding black mold. I finally had my answer. So many of you share similar stories of being let down or even failed by conventional medicine, and then working with a naturopathic doctor or an acupuncturist to improve your health and life. If it wasn't you, maybe it was someone in your family, someone cheering you on in this audience today. Well, the doctors who helped heal me are both Basterians, and they inspired me to come here. I wanted to learn how to help others the way they helped me. But I almost stopped myself. Math hasn't always been easy, and the voice in my head was telling me I wasn't smart enough to go to Bastyr. I didn't have the skills needed
chair of the Department of Counseling and Health Psychology, and I am now proud to read the names of graduates receiving their Bachelor of Science degree with a major in health psychology. President Byrd will hand them their certificate. If our graduates could please come forward.
Receiving their Bachelor of Science degree with a major in herbal sciences. Please come forward, graduates. Okay. Victoria Affling. Hannah Michelle McCauley Jackson. Keith Aaron Jacobson. Kyla Little. Mattea Jane Miller. Olivia Mary Jane Owens. Tress Peluski. Leia Langanikoro. Carolyn Ann Soley. Alessandra Aspasia Villegas Gonzalez. Congratulations, all of you.
Hello, I'm Cynthia Ann Wenner, Professor of Basic Sciences, and it is my honor and I'm so proud to read the names of our graduates receiving their Bachelor of Science degree with a major in Integrated Human Biology. Please come forward. Chloe Taylor Devon. Jonathan Friedman V. Congratulations.
Hello, I'm Corey D'Angelo, Assistant Professor and Director of the MSN program at Bachelor, and I'm very proud to read the names of the graduates receiving their Bachelor of Science degrees with the following majors. Could the graduates come up? For Bachelor of Science in Nutrition, Oksana M. Solomonov.
By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees of the university and the state of Washington, I hereby confer upon you the bachelor's degree to which you are entitled with all the rights and privileges thereunto pertaining. Yes, I am proud to present the 2024 baccalaureate class of Bachelor University.
Our second graduating speaker today, representing the master's degree students, master's degree graduates, is Azalea Salt.
Good afternoon. Greetings, faculty, staff, alumni, family, and friends in the illustrious class of 2024, who I'm so proud to represent. It is truly an honor to be standing before you as a future midwife and proud graduate of Bachelor's Department of Midwifery. Fellow graduates, as I look out beyond the horizon of your joyous smiles and well-earned regalia, I am reminded that we have all worked so hard to meet that 11:59 campus deadline. You overcame. Many of us have practiced clinical skills assessment on our peers, hoping to remember every single body system of the exam. You overcame. My fellow midwifery peers, we conquered the 2-day ACE exam and the 8-hour comprehensive exam. We overcame. Despite the difficulties, you mastered your programs with excellence and now eagerly await your degree. And thinking about what I wanted to share with you all as you take your first big step into the next chapter of your life, I concluded that the most beneficial advice I could give to you would be from my own personal experience as a student midwife. 2 months ago, I was diagnosed with Crohn's, an autoimmune inflammatory bowel disease. Several ER visits later, months of sickness, I finally had my answer: Crohn's. Crohn's has taught me how to live with balance as I balance the demands of attending births to complete degree requirements and caring for myself. I have felt defeated, discouraged, and overwhelmed. But I kept moving forward. Living with Crohn's has taught me to prioritize my physical needs so that I can serve others well. And while my journey to become a midwife has been paved with many difficulties, my hope is anchored in one of my favorite scriptures. I can do all things through Christ, including becoming a midwife. Maternal and child health experts, naturopathic doctors, and care providers to dwell on this important life lesson I have learned as a student midwife. You are your first patient. I want you to take a look at your hands, and then look at your palms. I want you to admire the unique creases and how intricately intertwined they are. Now place your hand over your heart and feel that heartbeat. The vital life force that's flowing through your body demands attention as you care for every single birthing person and every patient. And as you place your hand over your heart, I want you to remember the oaths that you pledged to midwifery care and to naturopathic medicine. And remember that research shows that placing your hand over your heart is not only a symbol of honor and respect, it symbolizes an embodiment of honesty. Future graduates, the heart of healthcare truly begins with you. It begins with deep introspection and honesty about your physical, mental, and emotional well-being. Each time you assess a client's pulse or listen to their heart with the stethoscope, it serves as a reminder to assess your first patient, you. Take a second to assess your pulse. Feel that vital life force. And I want you to remember that today, as you graduate with a new perspective of healthcare practices that will forever be impressed upon your heart and radically transform your clinical boundaries. If you ever forget this practice, place your hand over your heart to serve as a gentle reminder that the gift of life flowing through your body must be nurtured and loved with the same grace and capacity you give to others. And now to the unwavering support of our family, friends, peers, and faculty, thank you. I know I would not be here without the grace of God, my praying mother, and my supportive family and friends who are here today. Thank you, Dr. Tyrell and Kristen Eplin, for your great endless support throughout these 3 years. And special recognition to Wendy Gordon. Thank you for your endless mentorship and kindness throughout these 3 years of my journey. To my beloved cohort, becoming a midwife is an incredibly challenging career. And it's definitely not for the faint of heart, but you succeeded. Remember when you're awake at 2 a.m. eagerly awaiting a precious little one to arrive into Earthside? Remember the strength, determination, and grit of your journey to becoming a midwife. Never underestimate your light, always remember your worth, and take on the posture of perseverance. Let today serve notice to imposter syndrome and every single naysayer that you are well qualified, full of compassion, wise, resilient, and model excellence in all that you do. So I close with the famous words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., which inspired my path for the last 2 months. If you cannot fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you cannot walk, then crawl. But whatever you do what you have to do to keep moving forward. Class of 2024, let's keep moving forward.
Dr. Dan Rosen will put the graduates receiving Master of Arts in Maternal, Child, and Health Systems. Melissa W. Chong. Shanae Dumay Charles. Anna Ruth Humphreys. Jada McDonald. Jabrian Morris Mendiola. Shay Mulligan. Natalie Concepcion Tornado. And Azalea Lee Salter. Corey D'Angelo will put the graduates receiving a Master of Science degree in Nutrition and Nutrition with a didactic program in dietetics. Masters in Nutrition, James Waninger. Masters in Nutrition, DPD, Avery Faith Anderson. Elena Artale. Danielle Bender. Sarah Crozier. Lee Shane Ehrman. Kaylee Gutenson. Kendra Helsa. Ashley Keatsman. Christy Young Kim. Casey Lauritsen. Alana Martyr. Noel Katrina Shuttler. Vanessa Sherfy. And Tamara Sorensen.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees of the university and the state of Washington, I hereby confer upon you the master's degree to which you are entitled with all the rights and privileges thereunto pertaining. Guests, I am proud to present the 2024 graduate class of Bastyr University.
One more time for our graduate students, please. Our final speaker this afternoon, representing the doctoral graduates, is Melissa Lang.
My friends, welcome to our graduation. Please stand. And gratitude to each and every person filling this auditorium today. Nearly 3 years ago, my colleagues and I convened in a similar space for our very delayed and highly anticipated white coat ceremony. Having started this journey in 2020, most of our initial experience was characterized by pandemic-era precautions. The masks, the Zoom, the isolation, especially the isolation. When I reflect upon the first couple years of my experience in this program, I can't help but understand the true depth of how important it is for us to gather as we are today in celebration of our profound accomplishments. For those of you who don't know me, and even those who do, I'd like to share a small snippet of my personal story today. I come from a lineage of incredibly hardworking and remarkable women. My grandmother, who spent most of her adult life competing in a man's sport, and still to this day will slay the competition in a street race. My mother, who built her empire from the ground up through sheer grit and determination, and the many other women along the way, while not related through blood, who have provided mentorship, friendship, and clarity of the power we wield as women along the way. I am the first woman in my family to graduate from college, and while I have considered myself to be team girl power since the days of platforms and peace signs, shout out Spice Girls. Yeah, tell me what you want, what you really, really want. There was a time not so long ago that I lost touch with what it meant to wield my power, and I lost touch with the power that dwells innately within me. Had it not been for a serendipitous series of events within the context of being a girl mom, I'm not sure I would have ever landed on this particular path. I'll be honest, preparing for this speech was the most challenging prompt I've sat with in 4 years of medical education. And that's simply because there's so much to say, and yet, y'all, I can't help but lean into a desire to simply take all of this in. So, rather than rehash what we've all lived and survived, I'd like to take these last few precious moments of our time to speak directly to my colleagues, who I have had the profound honor of walking this labyrinth with. My friends, we did it. Let's prepare to ascend. When you reflect upon these years of your life, I hope you dwell in the evidence of your innermost strength. Recall the literal blood, sweat, and tears of your journey, even if all three were provoked from butterfly draws and stab pads. For within these long, and I mean long, and yet ever so short years of arriving at the triple point of our existence, the point at which water, air, and earth coexist within the cocoon of an internal fire that shines so bright and extreme external pressure, we became the diamonds. So, as Rihanna says, shine bright. Step into your power so that others might be inspired to step into their own. And my dear friends, never count yourselves out.
here, and I have the privilege of reading the names of the graduates of the Doctoral Acupuncture program. And Dr. Sengel with them. Dr. Jess G. Dr. Tanya E.K. Storm. And Dr. M.K. Ju.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees of the university and the state of Washington, I hereby confer upon you the doctoral degree to which you are entitled with all the rights and privileges thereunto pertaining. Yes, I am proud to present the 2024 Doctor of Acupuncture class at Bachelor University.
Hello, Bachelor graduates. My name is Dr. Janet Melbandian. I'm the Associate Dean of the School of Naturopathic Medicine, and I am very proud to read the names of the graduates receiving a Doctor of Naturopathic Medicine degree. Dr. Christina Connor, our Dean of the School of Naturopathic Medicine, will include the graduates. Okay, here we go. Dr. Ashley Baker. Dr. Liliana Vardy. Dr. Zari Alexandria Brazo Gulo. Dr. Shin Pinchin. Dr. Brooke Collins. Dr. Hannah Locke Penningham. Dr. Samantha Nicole Garpo Kuraman. Dr. Olivia Dack. Samara. Dr. Haley Victoria Heck. Dr. Cameron Wyatt Cooper. Dr. Kanishka Suloshini Katerisa. Dr. Sanika Sher Sakir. Dr. Melissa Lang. Dr. Cameron Lawrence. Dr. Jake Lee. Dr. Michaela Manus. Dr. Kelsey McCleary. Dr. Devin McGee. Dr. Isabella Jacqueline Merrill. Dr. Lauren Hogan. Dr. Bryn Olincourt. Dr. Mindy Sue Ovick. Dr. Kayla Nicole Puget. Dr. Rhonda Rainey. Maria Soto. Dr. Martin Andrew Sutherland. Dr. Shauna Swanson. Dr. Jamie E. Warren Selby. Dr. Quinn Webb. Dr. Nicole Elizabeth Wells. Dr. Samantha Whitehead. Dr. Hannah Lee Wingate. The following graduates have completed their degree in naturopathic medicine and have also completed a graduate degree in acupuncture. These graduates completed thousands of hours of classwork, studying, clinical training, and internships. We are very proud of them for their dedication to their education and their future practice. Okay. Dr. Kara Marie Anona. Dr. Brian Patrick Stoddard. And Dr. Taylor Liggio.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees of the university and the state of Washington, I hereby confer upon you the doctoral degree to which you are entitled, with all the rights and privileges thereunto pertaining. Yes, I am proud to present the 2024 Doctor of Naturopathic Medicine class of Bachelor University.
Graduates, please repeat after me. I dedicate myself to the service of humanity as a practitioner of the art and science of naturopathic medicine. By precept, education, and example, I will assist and encourage others to strengthen our health, reduce risks for disease, and preserve the health of our planet for ourselves and future generations. I will continually endeavor to improve my abilities. I will conduct my life and practice of naturopathic medicine with integrity and freedom from prejudice. I will keep confidential what should not be divulged. I will honor the principles of naturopathic medicine. First, to do no harm. To cooperate with the healing powers of nature. To address the fundamental causes of disease. To treat the whole person through individualized treatment. To teach the principles of healthy living and preventive medicine. With my whole heart, before these witnesses, as a doctor of naturopathic medicine, I pledge to remain true to this oath. Welcome to the profession.
Thank you, everyone, and congratulations to our graduates. As we prepare to finish today, we request that all of the guests please stay seated until the faculty and all of the graduates have left the auditorium. At this time, I want to take a few moments to offer thanks. First, to the graduates. Thank you for your hard work that you put in, and the joyous work that you have ahead of you as you transform the health and well-being of the human community. Thank you to the dedicated staff of Bastyr who work every day to support the students in their educational pursuits. Finally, and most importantly, take this time to acknowledge our excellent faculty. Members of the faculty, please rise to receive the appreciation of your new colleagues.